Ben, we're going to get started with some questions. Dasher, you know the drill.
Yep, I know the drill. Hey, Ben, good to see you. I want to ask you first though about Ryan today. Just kind of way he kind of had to grind it through that first inning. I think he threw 41 pitches. What kind of I mean, I know this is your second year in the program here at Georgia, but when a guy does that, what kind of example does that kind of set for the rest of the pitching staff when you see a guy accomplish that?
Absolutely. I think Webby is just a really, really impressive competitor. Obviously, there were a few tough breaks, and it didn't go exactly the way he wanted to go. But he is someone who's never going to give up, never going to let up. And for me, really looking and learning constantly, it's really impressive to see the way he competes, and he will not back down, not give up. He knows that he can get out of any situation. So it's impressive to see that.
Yeah. Now I know you kind of started the season maybe back in the fall. Maybe you hope you might find a way into the starting rotation, weekend or midweek, whatever it might be. But it seems like you really kind of settled into a nice little role now as a back end, reliever for this team. Very impressive today. I think I saw a 94 pop up on the scoreboard today. One of your fastballs. Is that kind of fair to say that you're kind of feeling your groove at where you're at right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely been an adventure, and I'm whenever they call my name, I want to be ready, and I want to be able to do the most I can for this team, whatever they tell me or whatever we work out. I want to be able to take that up and make the most of it.
And what does a win like this do for a young team like you guys are this year?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we are young, so it's definitely fun to get that first SEC win. Obviously, it's one more win in the win column, but it's definitely fun to get us rolling a little bit.
All right, thanks, man.
Okay, next we're going to go to Aaron Fitt.
Hey, Ben, I just wanted to ask you about your plan of attack against this Tennessee lineup. I mean, they were so disciplined yesterday and staying in the zone, and it looked like you just kind of shoved fastball down their throats. Was that kind of the game plan? And would you say that's kind of your calling card?
Yeah, I think what we've constantly talked about as a team is just do what we do best and be who we are. We don't have to be anything extra special or make a perfect pitch every pitch. But I think it's something where we just execute what we're given and be who we are. Yeah.
Okay, next we're going to go to Jed.
Hey Ben, Coach Daly mentioned that the margin of error for winning or losing is so thin in the SEC. How much has this team sort of experienced that the last 2 days? Especially coming into today where you went on a walk off. Riley King had that play at the plate where the run got taken off the board. Just how, from your perspective, how thin is the margin of error here in the SEC?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every team you come against is a really, really talented, really, really well coached, good team. So this is also my first little bit of taste of the SEC, but it's pretty clear that everyone can compete and ball it can make or break on a pitch, on an at bat. So you always gotta be on your toes and making the most and being ready for whatever comes.
Okay, next we're going to go to Drew.
Hey, yeah, just sticking kind of with the SEC theme, do you think you and a lot of the team, like you said, this is like your first taste of SEC action. Do you think that the team is learning about the SEC as you guys are playing in these games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially with as many young arms as we have, it's really different. Like you can think that you know what you're getting into a little bit. And then when it's really there, you get a taste of the reality. And those guys we play against are really, really talented. They're really, really good as well. So it's a continuing learning curve. So we're just going to continue to make the most of our opportunities and just to get better each time. It's about each day, and we gotta keep working to move on up in the SEC.
We have time for one more question with Ben. If anyone wants to jump on that.
Ben, I just kind of wanted to follow up. When you talk about margin of errors being thin, how important is that for guys like yourself and Jack Gowan last night when you're down and you need to keep that deficit where it is? I guess how important is that mindset for you guys when a lot of these games come down to 1 or 2 runs?
Yeah, absolutely. And Jack did a great job last night, and he kept us in that game and gave us a chance to really be in it towards the end. But I think that's just a mindset of no matter what situation you come into, you got to be ready to do your role and do the best for the team that you can. I think it's the same as we're always going to go out there and be ready to compete and be ready to play. It just sometimes the scoreboard may be a little different. We just got to be ready to do our jobs.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ben. Congrats on the win.